Sean, it wasn't necessarily like a blowout score-wise tonight, but I'd say it came pretty comfortably. How did you see things?
Yeah, we played well enough, I think, to win the game, and unfortunately we didn't score the goals that we could have made it a lot more comfortable for us, especially in the first half. We had a couple of chances where if you go in at half-time more than two, you're looking at the opposition probably then having a different sort of game plan for the second half. Overall, though, really pleased. I thought everybody did really well, and got some other games coming up now, so we just got to keep that going.
Last week, I think people's frustration were probably with the lack of chances in general. Tonight, you probably could have scored 8 in a different reality.
Yeah.
So how did you feel about kind of the offensive output and the chances and how they came thick and
fast?
Yeah,
really good tonight. And like I said, last week, every opponent's different. And last week we played against an opponent that's won 8 games all season and 7 of them have been at home. So last week wasn't an easy game, so we had to go through a lot last week in terms of to make sure we secured a point. This week we came out knowing that we're at home. We need to give our fans something to shout about, and also we need the points. We need the points as it's coming to that stage of the season where everything matters. So the point away at Hartford was good for us, but getting 3 points tonight was even better, because that should take us into momentum for the next 2 games this month.
When I asked you about Malik, obviously he opened his campaign and scored tonight, but there was 2 moments in the first half, 2 moments in the second half. The first was, I think it was, he gave the ball away kind of 2 or 3 times in a row when he had it, and then he kind of just dropped back a bit and got on the ball, made a pass, got on the ball, made a pass. And then kind of similarly in the second half, he missed that chance near the start. And then the next time he was on the ball, I think he went and scored. So kind of just, can you talk about kind of his demeanor and how he is as a player in terms of kind of, forgetting what happened and just getting the next thing in?
I can't tell you what his demeanor's like, because he's a unique individual, a player with a lot of talent, and he excites people with what he does. And he will give the ball away, just like every other player on the field will give the ball away. But when he gets his moment to shine, more often than not, he takes it, because he's a very talented player, very talented. And we've got to allow him that space to express himself.
Elliot Collar scored the third tonight. His goals per minute, the minutes are getting shorter and shorter. How much of a kind of debacle has he given you in terms of, obviously he wants to start every game, and he's scoring when he's coming on now, so kind of what does that make you kind of think about from the sideline?
Every time I pick the team, I have 11 people who really like me, and I have the other 11 who don't. So, his attitude and his personality and his work ethic and work commitments to the rest of the group is first class, one of the best I've ever worked with. So I'm really pleased every time he does come on and gets his reward. And when he has started for us, he's done okay. So it just builds that strength for us in terms of having good players who start the game, good players who can come on the pitch. But yeah, I thought it was a really good finish and a really good ball from Dougie. So overall, the subs who came into the game made a real good impact for us.
Scored 3 goals tonight. As Ian said, it probably could have been more. White, their keeper, is not normally their number 1. Can you just speak to how well he played to keep them even at 3-1?
I'd like to see the number 1 if he's not the number 1. Yeah, I don't know who they've got then. I thought a couple of saves he made. The one from Romario, I think the second half one was like a tremendous save, because that's a reaction save, but it's a save. It's not hit him. He's actually moved to stop the ball going in, and that's a real good save. And I thought he had a good game. I thought his distribution was really good. On a couple of occasions, I think we can do better with our finishing as well. Especially in the first half. But I think if he's not the number 1 so far, I think he's given himself a good chance of being picked again.
You know what? I will, yeah. What is it going to take for you guys to keep building this momentum? You mentioned, in this game things are really serious. So what is it going to take these next couple of games, to keep building that momentum? What do you want to see from your players?
Yeah, we need to train like we've trained over the last couple of weeks, and we also need to not let the noise that surrounds every game overtake us. We've got to keep a steady hand and keep focused on play the next game, get a result. If we don't, we move on to the next one. And we've had this all season, and you know, when we have these meetings, we always talk about going on a winning run of one, because the next one's the most important game. We would try not to look back, so we'll use it to carry momentum through, but we'll just have to focus on next week now and have a good week of training.
Yeah, teetering off of that, how do you think the energy has shifted since last game, and like how has it been different? Obviously with training and learning more about the game. How has it shifted? What have you noticed from the players?
It's been probably better for us having a normal schedule. Sorry about that. So we've had a normal schedule, so we've not had any midweek games, and it's been travel away, play at home, and it'll be travel away again, play at home. So it gives us that like a platform to build our training periodisation from. So, and credit to the players, you know, on the Monday and Tuesday we have a really tough session for the players, and then we do a light session, recovery type session on Wednesday, and then Thursday we go again. So it's been not having the other fixtures in midweek and the difficult travel schedules allowed us to train and keep the focus on the games and the results.
Is there anyone standing out to you in particular on who's really like determined and hardworking for just in their game and stuff?
Yeah, I can't pick any individual. I would say that the team, I think, based on obviously what we spoke about earlier with last week, we're really focused on trying to get a result today. So everybody was all on the same page to try and get a result. And then if I was to single people out, then you are looking at, like, Malik had a really good game today. Hunter Sulte, even though we won, the goalkeeper pulled off a couple of great saves. So, you know, but I want to give credit to everybody. I think the team was the real winner tonight.